Hello and welcome to my perfectly 100% accurate tier list on the current meta in Deadlock. First off, Abrams. Abrams is he got some changes. He's not bad, but honestly, A tier. He's I don't see people playing him that much more. Like he's been power capped. He's got slight nerfs in the recent update, so I don't know. He doesn't do as much damage. I can't really say because I haven't seen him play that much, but he's still got two stun abilities being his ultimate and his wall pin, and he still tanks a lot, so he's not bad. A tier. Apollo, uh, they did buff him very slightly just today, I think it was. He gave tier 3. All of them was a bit more like attack speed. Uh, it's he's A tier as well. Like, sure, why not? He don't really see him play that often, and he's a bit difficult as well. Like he's got an inbuilt counter spell that alone should make him pretty good, but then again, he's a bit snowbally if he doesn't have a bit enough money, he kind of falls off, I think. So, Ada, I think. Viper. No one plays Viper, man. I don't know. She's insanely good damage, yes. And she's good mobility, yes. But she's kind of squishy, not gonna lie. Like, I play Sinclair, by the way. He's my main. And I just nuke him. Like, I just nuke Viper, I mean. Like, I don't know. So I'm kind of biased in that regard. But, like, I think Viper and Beta, because no one plays it. And it's kind of squishy compared to everyone else. Speaking of Sinclair, Sinclair's 8 here. Sure, there's a lot of good ults to steal, but it's not like you can consistently steal them. Like, in an ideal scenario, he's S++, because he gets to steal the right ult at the right time, and, like, good ults as well. But he's very inconsistent, so A tier. He has a lot of, like, nuke damage if you go for, like, bolt build, which, yes, is very good, but, like, there's so many other spoilers. Calico, but better burst. Celestor's a really good burst. Bebop Bomb kind of has burst, but you get the point. Like, he's inconsistent in his burst with Bolt and with his ult build as well, so I think 8 is fine. But like in ideal, like if you're playing perfectly against the perfect teammates or perfect opponents with perfect ults and whatnot, which is perfectly, he's S++, but he's very hard to get consistently, so 8. Bebop, I don't know, people stop playing Bebop. I'm ascendant fee, by the way, so like people kind of don't really play Bum Bebop by my rank that much, but or Spirit Bebop, but like it's not bad. I think people overestimate or underestimate like power of Bum Bebop, especially like in lower ranks, because like you get bomb stacks is really good. Plus, like if you could build Spirit, you also build for your Hyper Beam, which is extremely good at Iron like his ult. Also, he can never really be bad. Like people say Bebop is bad, but he can never be bad. He has Holiday's ult on a 10-second cooldown. He just can't be bad. I know it's harder to hit, but like still, uh, he can never be bad. But you don't really see him play that much. And compared to everything else, I think I'd B tier. But he can't really go lower than that B tier because of his hook, which is extremely good for starting team fights, as well as like his hyper beam for extremely good air denial. Billy, I think he's the first S tier. He's extremely tanky. He can jungle really good. He can do a lot of damage. He is unstoppable with his ult, except it did get nerfed a little, but still actually gets unstoppable, which is extremely good for a frontliner or a bruiser. I mean, yeah, no, he's just overall generally good. He's good at everything as well. Like he can farm side lane, but he's honestly better in team fights. But it's still, he has the option. If he's behind, he can go a bit AFK side lane and get some jungle. If it's ahead, he can go and start team fights and not really start team fights, but participate in team fights, absolutely dominate. I think S is fine. Celeste, uh, I mean, yeah, she's broken. She's got a bit of nerves. Extremely good movement without it being an ability. Was Holiday. Holiday also has really good movement, but like she has a movement ability. This girl just has it inbuilt, and she also gets Spirit Lifesteal and Pocket Amp, or like amps like Pocket do, except with like what 5, 6 charges on it. She can just spam it, and the ball is, despite nerfs, still really good. The fact that it gives movement slow as well, really good. And put that with escalating, which she is, you know, she's just S++. A Dorman, back in the day, B 8 with the buffs, 8 S++. A. Just I saw a clip of Dorman hop behind someone, from the other side of the map, vortex web, and just put them in spawn from like the middle of the map. He went behind and just got a free kill because cart door shenanigans. Just that alone makes him kind of good, but that's just a bit of cheese. And you don't have to rely on now because your battle just does insane damage, and now the ult as well is harder to escape from. And if they don't escape, you get 10-second cooldown, so you can just ult someone again. But that with like knockdown, and you unless you're like Etana's level gameplay you're playing against, they're gonna fail up a goal and you're gonna get the ult back, you're guaranteed. And the ult is extremely good because you can just isolate the carry, uh, and it just does a lot of damage as well. Like don't underestimate just the damage it does. And then you get a free cart if it's alone, if it's a 1v1 you can just cart someone for free right after the ult to put them into walk and make them suffer even more. S plus plus. And the doors just let him get away very safely. He can play very aggressive and just pop a door and pop out. Drifters, I don't know really. People, he's a bit of a snowball, If he gets some isolate kills, he's an absolute menace. But if he doesn't, then he's still good. Like he's a gun carry that is really good at 1v1s, which is going around getting kills, potentially S plus or S tier. Without it, I don't know, maybe A tier. His ult is really good though for team fights. I gotta say that, and with the buff that every like ulted target is now isolated, maybe S tier, because like he does a lot of damage against isolated targets, and if he gets isolated kills, he snowballs. But I don't really know. I don't really see. I see some drifters here and there in my games, but like they're not that good at him. So I'll just put him A tier for now. Dynamo. If he pops ults, he's S tier. Or good ults, but if he doesn't pop good ults, I don't know. They did some changes. They made it so 2 removes debuffs, which you can put on your entire team. Like you can teleport your entire team to remove debuffs, non-ults, of course, not pocket. But like say your team gets Spirit Burn or reverbs, you just pop a 2, teleport away to safety, and you remove debuffs. It's pretty good now. Is it 8 very good? Like his ult is really good, but it can be shot down. You need unstoppable. Realistically, unless you just get cursed or like even then, even if it's unstoppable, you can still die in your ult. Like if you don't get a really good ult, you can still just die in it. So you're putting yourself at a lot of risk, but it's still really good ult. And the stomp, pretty good to be honest. Don't underestimate that. But I think because of his like low mobility, hard and like he's kind of bad at escaping stuff. Like with his low mobility, sure, the 2 definitely helps with the teleport. Definitely helps with escapability, but like, he can't really. If the team fight goes wrong and he has escape, he's in a bit of struggle. So I think I'll put him B tier for now. Holiday, uh, B tier. I wanna say B or A tier. I think B tier's more fitting. Sure, she can initiate really good. She's a really good early game, and she's a pick character, which is really good. But like for most rank, getting 1 kill does not matter that much. You're gonna need a lot more than 1 kill to do something in most ranks. Of course, if your turn is 6, 1 kill means a lot more than in like compared to like Archon. Like if Holiday gets a chasey kill with his lasso, shoot her lasso, like who cares? This is 1 kill. Just go feed Walker, go siege Walker now or something, and die. It doesn't matter as much with getting that 1 kill. But pick doesn't matter. Pick characters matters less in lower ranks. Is basically what I'm saying. So because of that and her like really bad scaling to late game shot, like sure she does a lot of damage early game. She still can't kill people solo with ult. Even if you're really good, like you can probably get away or get enough time to like get your teammate. So I think beta is fair. Bad scaling and getting a kill from your ult doesn't matter as much in lower ranks. By the way, this tier list is just for the general ranks, not just Eternal 6. Eternal 6, this character is really good. But no, this is general rank, so beta. Gaves, I don't know. People play Gaves, but like, I don't know. Is she dangerous? Sure, if she gets in your face, but just don't let her get in your face. If you're playing Victor, for example, maybe she's really good against Victor, like other close range character with like all the spam. But like, if you just have someone like Sinclair or like a gun carry or like someone like be able to hook them in. She kinda like struggles a lot. She wants to be at a certain position at certain times, and if she's not, or if she just doesn't have like scroll cooldowns, she's kind of weak. I think B tier, fine. It might be C tier to be honest, but like I don't know. Maybe C tier is actually maybe the first C tier character because she's I don't know. I'll put her at like C because she's kind of weak. I don't know. I haven't seen much Javes popping off. I guess she puts lane pressure, which is pretty nice. Like you can auto push wave with Gave Song. Because of that, I'll put her B. But otherwise, C tier without like the lane pressure, she can put up. Gate talent is honestly really good. Gun talent is viable, I'd say. It's not bad. It's a bit easier to counter than Spirit talent, but it's not bad with gun talent. And the Spirit talent is really good, except you need bird kills. If you don't get bird kills, it's kind of weak. You need bird kills to get Spirit power and like kind of snowball. If you don't, it's kind of weak. Um, right now is a bit of more nuke meta, I feel. At least with the current patch, like people die really quickly. They did try to buff that, change that by like buffing everyone's health by a bit. So maybe it's a bit better now for Gate Talon, but I think I don't know. He can be A tier, definitely. Like he can definitely be. He can even be S tier, like in like pro play. I feel or like good play. But A isn't consistently speaking. I'd say he's like average ranks. Like I don't know, A tier. Like he can get owl kills because people like close ranks. People aren't that good at communicating. Owl is coming. People don't really. I don't know. I think A tier is fine because he can snowball very hard. But if it doesn't, um, he's not that good. But like just play Gun Talon as well. That works for lower ranks, definitely. Like, if you're in lower ranks, just play Gun Talon. If you're in higher ranks, where you can communicate Owl a bit better, you get more Owl kills, is pretty good and can snowball. So I think A tier is pretty fine. Haze isn't never really be bad as an assassin. Like, she pop Sleep Dagger, pop ult, and does a lot of damage and murders you. Pop Slowing Hex as well. Uh, and I don't think carries that bad with, like, what do you call it, the buff to 2 to her smoke bomb, where she can debuff remove herself now. Uh, so I think A tier, like it's an assassin that can carry, kind of like Viper. She's kind of like Viper in that she's if she wants to carry, she's like Viper in that she's squishy but does a lot of damage. But unlike Viper, she can also just play assassin and just one shot people if played properly and get enough farm. I think A tier is pretty good. Vindicta, she there's so many games where Vindicta pops off early game. Like she gets like 10 and 0 or 10 and 1, like the first 15 minutes, and then she does nothing the rest of the game. Like Vindicta is really hard with positioning and requires a bit of team because she's kind of squishy. If she pops knockdown, if she gets knockdowns, especially twice, because now she can counterspell the knockdown, but still, like if her flights gets cancelled, basically is what I'm saying. She's kind of in a pinch because that's her only mobility. She has two stamina bars with bad stamina dashes or bad dashes, like she's in a bad bucket, I think. Um, but she can snowball with her snipe still, and with a good team or especially a good front line that can take aggro from her is really good. So I think E tier, A tier, I don't really know. She can snowball really hard, but most Vindicta players I've seen fall off by late game. But I think B tier is fair enough. Like even if you snowball, it's hard to play her properly. Um, I don't know. There's not that many Vindicta players, so I think I'll just put her B tier. Mina, they buffed her a little by like, well, they didn't really buff her. They did kind of not. They did nerf Mina in the latest patch, but like the fact that she's 3 bats now, with max bats is insane. Still, low bite's still insane. The ult now scales better. I think she's high A tier. I think. This, just her damage is insane. Her early game potential is insane. The ult, even if it doesn't do damage late game, it's still a silence. Like you pop ult on someone and you silence them for like quite some duration, especially if you got a fair bit of low bites. The fact that you silence someone for like 3 seconds, in addition to dealing like at least half the health, with like free escapability to all free iframe what do you call it, activations. Top 8, I think. Gabe is S++. She needs nerfs, man. Uh, she has got nerfs as well, but she just pops on you, pops ult, pops a Joker, or like some other good cards that she saves up, and you're dead. She's extremely good duelist for like early mid game and late game. She still scales really well, so she can just carry a late game. And in early game, she's an absolute like she wins most 1v1s she can fight as long as you're decent at the game. She can just win any 1v1 and just farm pretty well. And even in team fights, she's good. Like you, someone's one shot running away, pop ult, they're coming back to you now. She's like a mini lash ult for control. It's pretty good, and her damage and healing is still insane, even if it's nerfed. Like she's got good inbuilt healing and like inbuilt I don't know what all the cards do, but they're really good, the cards, and they should not rate for. She's not fun to play against. Good carry, that also is good early game now. Calico as well. Um, she's an assassin that just kills tanks, because why not? And she gets money on kills now, because why not? You know, Deeping Slash is like, what, 7 second cooldown, and you have 4 seconds of that after you use it, where you can get bonus money. So if you just spam it, you have like 3 second downtime where you don't get your 300 souls just for free. She was already very snowbally, Calico. Like if you do good or did good before the patch, you would pop off and keep like assassinating people, steal a bag, just get more money, like just by like playing Calico as an assassin, steal money. And now she just doesn't need to steal the money even. She just gets it for free, and she does a lot of damage. And of course, since the two procs melee, you can get like lifesteal or something for a ton of healing. Even Gun Calico isn't like horrendous, but I don't think you play Gun Calico with Spirit Calico assist. But yeah, S plus plus. This character needs nerfs. She's not fun to play against either. Just jumping on you and one shot you is just not a fun experience. But she does get countered by slowing Hex, but even then, like she's too overpowered still. In fairness, he's never fun to play against. You can just buy deeper from him, but yes, but like if he can poke Born again, I think 8 is fine. He does have very good escapability with his on button, and you don't really buy slowing Hex for Inferno specifically to stop him from running, but is an option. His ult is a big range now if you maxed it, but it's more of a late game thing. So I don't know. He does good damage if you can poke the Born. If you don't poke the Born, he's not that dangerous, but he still has good escapability and kind of forces you to buy debuff remover if he's running in the lobby. Ivy, is she S plus plus or is she S now? She got some nerfs recently, or like today. I think like I haven't played against nerfed Ivy, but I'll say she's S tier for now. Ult into Stone Form or Vortex Verb. Ult, Stone Form, Entangling Forms, and you stun locked for like you can't play the game for like 5 seconds. Very fun, and you like just die. They did nerf the scaling, so you probably not die, but it does a ton of damage. And if she has a teammate with you, if you're flying with a teammate that jumps you, you guaranteed that. Like she can fly around, hop on you, ult you, vortex web, stone form, tangling forms, while her teammate is also doing damage to you, and you guaranteed dead. And there's a really low cooldown as well. So S tier, she's a perma map pressure. She's like Mirage ult, except it's way more uptime and easy to use, to be honest, and does damage. So S tier just for that. But she also has Stone Form, and the perma Kutsu connection is also really good. Even though it's only half for yourself, it's still really good. S tier. Kelvin got a ton of buffs. I think it's S tier. Um, he does a ton of healing. He just buys Spirit Power and gets a ton of healing and does a ton of damage. And he pops Ice Path, gets like what 40 Spirit Power, whatever however much it is. It's insane which Spirit Power he gets from the Ice Path now. Um, and Dome is never bad. Like Kelvin can kind of like Bebop, he can never be below Beta. I think because of his Dome. He's locking someone in with your teammate, like you get free 2v1 basically, and you and your ally get healing. It's insane, but now they just made it so it heals a lot, and he heals without upgrading stuff. His grenade, his Arctic Beam is still good, and the fact that he faces stamina makes it hard to run away from him in team fights. He's really good now. As the Geist, I think they know of gun guys, but buffed their Geist. I haven't really seen much Geist. People people haven't really played Geist, so, but still think she's really good. Lifestyle really good. I don't think Gun Geist is bad. It's just Spirit Geist really is better now. She's a ton of AoE. She can lifesteal you, so you kind of win those 1v1s close range. Um, and from far range, you can spam grenades and deal a ton of damage to you. It's kind of sung you out. I think ST is fair for her. Lash is also like Bebop and Kelvin. That his ult is just insane. He can never be bad. He can never be below beta because of his ult. They did some changes to the ult, buffed range, nerfed range, buffed range, and whatnot. I don't know if you can still throw people into spawn, but I think Estes maybe probably Este because like, his Dynamo is known for his really good ult. Lash just has a better one. If it's maxed, it gets stun. You can easily get more people with it. Um, it's easier to execute. Just in general, it has a lower cooldown. Yeah, it's just really good. It does the same amount of damage as Dynamo ult as well, and you get a free like follow up. Unlike Dynamo, that I guess you can stomp everyone use Black Hole maybe like or maybe half of them, but like Lash's Dynamo ult, but just better version I'd say. And he has a ton of damage and he's a ton of survivability. Even though he's a bit of a cooldown bot, like without cooldowns he's kind of weak, but like with cooldowns he does an insane amount of damage. Well, a fair bit of that amount of damage. He's not like super nuky, but he just still does a lot of damage, and he's extremely good team fight ult. In addition to like just pressing grapple and running away, and then if you're low, just press flog and you get healing. McGinnis, I don't know. They've done a lot of changes to McGinnis. I've seen a lot of McGinnis. I think ult build is popular now. Tower build is really annoying, but she still has like no escapability. Like she's kind of like if she's pushing Walker and she gets clapped on, or like people start fighting her, she's kind of in trouble. Sure, she can put a wall, but you can decide her now. Even though by that time she might run away, but like Dash is a bit better to avoid running away, but still, she's really good at anchoring. I think that's her main strength. Just like pop ult as well. You can't really approach her when she pops ult. She's not. She's good defensive, not offensive. I think. Which is not as basically means she's not as consistent as all her heroes. So I think top A tier, maybe S tier. They did nerf the ult now, and because of that, I think it's gonna be A tier. Before they nerfed the ult, I think I would have said S tier, but now that the ult is nerfed a bit, I think top A tier, but it might honestly be S tier with her insane turret builds, Star Spirit build. Like Lightning Skull plus ult, you get very slow down and it deals a lot of damage, hard to escape. You can put Feet Foot as well. I think people are build Feet Foot and Burning Speed with ult, and it's kind of hard to like escape the ult. And she can like you can't just go next to her like because she doesn't shoot in front of around herself. So like, she's a bit of range she has to shoot at. So you can't get, but with Fleet Foot and Burning Speed, you can't really just go right next to her and like melee her for free. It doesn't work like that if she just has the speed investment. I think top 8 still. George, I think is a Seeker top tier pick. I think I'll put him A tier. Most people don't play him, and most people don't play him well, but he scales really well. I've seen people almost just one-shot people with scarabs. Like put a couple of scarabs on someone, or Jinsmark on someone, and they take it like 80% in damage. Problem is he has escape tool with the tornado, but it's not really doesn't let him escape. He can't teleport out anymore of fights. That is bad. Or his ult get cancelled by damage at least. So I think he's very good, but he's not a frontline type of damage. He kind of needs like the team to take attention so he can just sit back and like spam damage. But with a good team, he's really good. But you're not always going to get a good team or good frontline. Because of that, I'm going to put him like A tier. I think it's balanced. A Monkill, S++, he never dies, he does a ton of damage, he is no skill, so anyone can play it, and do I need to say more? Paige is... She's really good, it's just that, like, other supports, like, Rem probably I think is better, Kelvin is better now, Ivy is better support, and in that regard, I think Aita is still fine, like, she's not bad, mind you. Pop knockdown into, like, the... what do you call it? The stun, built-in stun, captivating rend, I think it's called. Knock down into captivating rend, and you get a free kill if someone's with you. It's disgusting. unless you have debuff removal to remove the knockdown, but like not everyone's going to buy debuff remover or dispel magic as it's called, and not everyone's going to buy that. And even then, you still like have a lot of utility just with shields. You can snipe across the map with your ult, which can save the day or get you kills. It also heals a lot, and it's a stun. Even though it's a long cooldown, her ult is really good. I think it's one of the best ults in the game. Disregarding cooldown, of course. Yeah, she's just generally good. It's just that other supports are probably better than her. Paradox got a lot of buffs, but I don't know. She's a difficult character to play. You got to position yourself right. You don't have good. You have bad escapability. If you're in a bad spot, like if you want to jump someone in the jungle for some reason on Paradox, and it goes wrong, you're dead. So it's a bit of limit testing and like knowing how strong your character is, how much damage you can do, and whatnot. Um, Also like the skill, like as a Sinclair player who steals Paradox ult from time to time, it's kind of hard to hit the ult. I'm not gonna lie. It's not an easy ult to hit. Um, I don't really know much about Paradox to be honest, but I think top of A tier maybe. She's good, but it's difficult. So I guess that's the balance. I don't really know. I haven't played much. I haven't played much with or against Paradox. She's kind of there's not a lot of Paradox players. I think Pocket might go S tier. Kind of high S tier as well. He does a lot of damage. His ult now has like removes healing. You can't heal, which is insane. But he's a problem. Like if he gets say cursed, like if he's jumping in, majestically in, and doing his combo and gets cursed, he's dead. Like he's kind of vulnerable. Like he starts with minus 15% spirit resist, which is why like Lash is also good, but like he starts with 10% spirit resist. That is not balanced, I think. But back to Letter Pocket. Yeah, he starts with negative spirit resist. I don't think it's that good health scaling. He has capability, yes, but if he gets silenced or especially cursed, while jumping, he's quite vulnerable to just being bossed down while diving. Even if he gets hit the ult, he might just die doing it. But like if it hits the ult, especially max ult, and then dies, it's almost worth it if the team can follow up on it. Because like 10 seconds of like 10 or whatever seconds it is of no healing is insane in the game. So I think S tier would have been S plus if it wasn't as easy to shut down potentially. Rem, I think is a really good support. Is it S tier though? Ult is insanely good, even though they did remove the unstoppable from the ult, which kind of nerfed it a lot, I think. Um, Minions are very good. He's very good at invading sinners and stealing resources if you can do it properly. If it doesn't work properly, if you fail to like if you're invading sinners, say you want to take the double sinners, and it goes wrong, he's kind of like extremely vulnerable if caught in a bad position. Like you need to position correctly with their suit, or else you just die. And sometimes it's just a teammate roulette on whether your team is good or not. Like you want like GM sleep on like a low, like half health. Let's just say Mo. You want to sleep on a Mo because to save his life, and then he just dies anyway because he wants to go further in, like a stupid idiot, like Mo players are, and he just dies. You die with him basically. Like you putting yourself at risk by sleeping at people. I think. But even then, he's really good. He does a lot of burst healing. His minions give 50% spirit resist, which is kind of insane. That's like, oh, not that insane, but like he can give it to multiple people. Like 50, that's an enchanter's emblem worth, 600 item worth. By default, he can put two people, or like one trooper and one. Yeah, his troopers are also really strong. I think bottom of Esther is fair for this dude. I think Ivy Kelvin definitely better, but like this dude is really good. I guess it depends on the teams. I think A tier is fine. Top of A tier because he's a bit team dependent. Like he's high. I think Defi said he's high impact, low agency. So you kind of just hope your team is decent and doesn't just run in and die. Because of that, I'll put him top of A tier. But a really good team is S tier. 7. No, why play 7? Like Seven's a late game carry that wants to farm early, and then even mid game he wants to farm, and then late game he just wants to kill everyone. Just play Wraith, man. Like she's a way better carry. Even Moankill does more, just as much damage. Dorman does a ton of damage. Like I don't know, his competition is just too much better than him. So because of that, I think like C tier. He's not bad, but his ult can get shut down. Like you pop ult, unstoppable. They walk out of it and shoot you, and you're dead. Or there's unstoppable. If you don't have unstoppable, they just pop knockdown on you. They can shoot you like as a Sinclair player because I'm biased, of course. Like I can out damage even with like if he's 1v1ing me, he can't win. Even if pops ult, because like with what do you call it? What's the healing item called? Infuser. Pop ult with Infuser, I just double bolt him and he takes more damage than he does. He's really good for team fights though. Like he can kind of carry with his ult, but I don't think there's too many ways to shut it down compared to like J-Fault, which you just can't even counterspell. Like, I think because of that, all of that is C tier. Shiv, there's a lot of the stuff they did with Shiv. I think A tier's fine though. Pretty high A tier as well. He's got the buff to execute range, and the speed. His knives do a ton of damage, but you can debuff remove them, and now even like Dynamo can debuff remove them, Haze can debuff remove them with just abilities. But even then, just they still deal a lot of damage, and his dash gives a built-in like amplified damage to your entire team, not just Shiv. Everyone gets more damage on their target. It's really good. He's survivable, yes, but he's going to being like stunned and whatnot and dying. He's like sure bloodletting is really good, but he can't tank. He's not a tank. More of like either you build him knife right now and do a ton of damage and hope they don't get debuff remover, or you build him for like dash to like make your targets very weak to spirit damage, and then hope your team does a ton of damage as well, so you can execute them. I think it's A tier. He's just consistent. Not consistent, but he's like not bad. Silver, I'm tempted to put in S tier to be honest. Silver's S tier maybe. They did nerf her, but then they buffs her a bit again. Like just small buff, incremental buffs. If she gets wolf form, she's insane. If she doesn't get wolf form, she's bad. It's very like I think compared to other characters like Kelvin, Ivy, stuff like that, Geist, she requires a lot of skill. Like if you can pop proper headshots, slam fire, proper headshots, bowler, stuff like that, hit all of those, hit your all the abilities in base form, you get your ult, and then you like insanely hard to kill. Like you one shot, pop ult, and then just kill everyone. But it's very difficult to do. But if you have the skill for it, I think I'd say you're really good. So I'll put a bottom of S tier. It does require a lot of skill, but if you got the skill, it's really good. I think. My I don't know if she needs nerfs compared to everyone else, but I think she's really balanced around her being difficult to perform, unlike other certain certain heroes in that are really good. Vanita S tier as well. Another new character being S tier. What a surprise! DLC character broken. He does a lot of damage. He gets his stun on you. You basically lose most of your health from that, and then he shoots you and you die. He's just not that fun to play against, to be honest. And he can still like deal a lot of gun damage, even if he doesn't hit you the stun. He just builds full gun, and all his ability, three of his abilities scale with gun. So he just does a lot of damage, even if he misses abilities. He's he can't really frontline, but he's not like he can take a bit of damage if he's got one big burst or whatever you put on this dude. He can deal a fair bit of damage. So I think like S tier is pretty fair for him with how kind of he's got built-in CC and good damage and decent survivability. I think. Victor, I don't know. Victor with counterplay, C tier. Victor without counterplay, S plus plus. I don't know. He's a carry that wants to farm a lot and get a ton of money and then just kill everyone. if he's farmed up properly, he does really well. If not, he's nothing. I think he just dies. He's at least a tank. He can tank a lot of damage. He can heal a lot. He can cleanse negative status effects. I think A tier is fair for him. Like middle of A tier. He can get countered, yes, but he also has debuff remover built in to get like you can move Spirit Bomb and whatnot. I think. So I think A tier, middle of A tier is fair because he can get countered, but he can also counter the counter a bit. He's close range, so like he really struggles with like Grey Talon, Sinclair, Vindicta, stuff like that. He really struggles against. Like he can't get close enough. He's useless if he's not in close range. I think because of that, A tier is pretty fair. Viscus, he's very difficult to play, but if you play him properly, he can do a lot. I think he's got the highest skill ceiling in the game. But he doesn't have. He still has a bit of fairly high skill ceiling floor as well. But regardless of that, his actual usefulness in the game, it's it S tier. They did buff it a lot, then they nerfed it a lot, but then you can parry his punches. Like, you can parry his punches, yes. People say that, oh, punch whiskers sucks because you just parry it. If you're in the middle of a team fight, and Hayes is shooting at you, pew, 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 you know, and then Whiskers is puddle punching you, are you just going to let Hayes shoot at you for free while you parry the punches? No. I mean, maybe, but you're going to take a lot of damage from the Hayes shooting at you. So sure, you can parry in a 1v1, but in a team fight, it doesn't work like that. It does a lot of damage. I just haven't seen that many Viscous players, and you know I'm in Send and Fee, so people suck at the game. In my rank, believe it or not, the next higher rank, people suck at the game, and that's Deadlock matchmaking for you. But like, I haven't seen that much good Viscous players, but they can pop off. They did really nerf the ball and like escapability. Only it's like 30% resistances now, which is makes it way harder to escape on, but is better like offensively. Like they nerfed ball defense, but buffed offense of the ball. I think top of A tier is fair for him. If you're really good at him, S tier, but he's kind of difficult, so I'll put him top of A tier because of that. Warden, S tier, I think. Middle of S tier. He's insane. I was playing as a Warden. I had movement buff. I was playing Sinclair, so with a ton of spirit, and his movement scales on spirit. So I was really fast with the movement buff, like mid game, late game. He pops cage, slowing hex, and I couldn't escape the cage, and I died. And I was silenced the entire time because max cage now silences you until you get stun locked. And then you can pop ult to survive. Anything becomes unstoppable now during ult, casting of ult. He's really good. Sure, they nerfed Gun Warden, but his ult is still really good. He does a lot of damage. The cage is extremely good utility now. He doesn't even need to carry. He can play util Warden, and you probably win still. But you still do a lot of damage, of course, and you probably build for damage. I think Esther is pretty balanced. Yamato, I haven't seen that much Yamato now since the recent patch, but they did buff by a little, I think, by making the melee or I think it's the free proc melee or something. I don't really know. I want to put S tier because the ult is really good. He's really good survivability. In a couple to teammates, and you can now get charges on the grapple. I think as if it's max, you get charges on grapple, so you can grapple in on someone, realize, oh wait, this is a big mistake. I shouldn't have grappled in on this dude. Pop ult, pop your heal, and then just grapple out. Like you just have a ton of survivability. You just never die really on that hero, especially with ult. You just don't really die unless like everyone focuses you down. I think bottom of S tier is fair. She still does a fair bit of damage as well, mind you. And she's really hard to like escape from. If you're in a 1v1, if you 1v1 Yamato, realize you're losing, you're not escaping. You're dead. Like she just gets you. She sees, she pursues you and just kills you. And then she can just grapple onto something else and she's out. Yeah, that's the tier list. One C tier character, a ton of A tier character, a ton of S, a ton of S++. Currently, the meta is not really balanced. I think a balanced meta should be like most characters around the B tier. Right now, there's too many characters at A and S tier. everything's broken. There was nothing broken except it's just not fun to play like that. You just look at Marvel Rival, everything's broken. Nothing is broken except it's just not fun. I think they should nerf like every character in S plus plus and S should be nerfed. And some characters in A tier should also be nerfed. I think depending on how like easy they are. Like Inferno's very easy character to play. He shouldn't be that good. Uh, Sinclair obviously should be not be buffed, nerfed. He shouldn't be buffed either. But like he should not be nerfed considering the skill it takes. Hayes should be nerfed considering like how brain dead easy she is to play. Stuff like that. That's my opinion. This is 100% accurate tier list. Thank you for watching and be good of cheer.